Hey, what's up guys, this is Thunderstruck115, and I hope you are having a wonderful day today, because about 2 weeks ago, GTA 6 got announced for PS5 and Xbox Series consoles, but not for PC. And you know what that means? Console fanboys using this as some desperate ammunition against the PC master race. Such is the case for the individual we're going to be taking a look at, who should be a familiar face for anybody who's been subbed to my channel for about a year. I am of course talking about the man, the myth, the legend himself, Harman Smith. Now, this absolute brainiac has come to the conclusion that because GTA 6 will not be launching day one on the PC, that means that PC gaming is just completely fucking irrelevant. But enough beating around the bush, let's go ahead and let this dude absolutely convince us on why PC gaming is just completely irrelevant.
Rockstar Games have confirmed that Grand Theft Auto 6 is not coming to PC. The biggest game of non-Nintendo platforms, the biggest game in the industry, some people would argue, the biggest game ever. You know, the follow-up to the 100 million selling Grand Theft Auto 5 is not launching on PC, right? It might take a year, it might take longer than that, it might not come out at all, but we are at the point where this alone, I think, kind of demonstrates why the PC platform cannot remain competitively viable.
You heard it here first, folks. Because one game isn't coming to the PC day and date with the console release, that means PC is just no longer competitively viable. Like, you know, I think it's just time to pack it up and go home, folks. You know, Nvidia, you should close down, AMD should close down, Intel should close down, because, you know, a certain developer decided not to put their game on the PC day and date. So yeah, the writing's definitely on the wall and that PC is no longer viable. Never mind the fact that there are a shit ton of games on PC that don't come to console. Nope, the PC platform is just not viable anymore.
Because even if a single dev like this, right, a single major developer refuses to support PC, refuses to release it on any PC platform, right?
You okay there, dude?
That is a major blow against the narrative that PC is the dominant gaming platform, because why exactly would you buy a PC if you're the sort of person who's like eagerly awaiting the release of Grand Theft Auto 6, right? If you're the sort of person who like desperately wants this game to come out, who have been waiting for like over 10 years for this, like why would you wait longer for the PC version when you could just buy a PlayStation or an Xbox, right?
Well, I don't know, Harman Smith. Maybe it's because they want the enhancements that come with playing games on the PC. You know, things like better graphics, higher resolutions, higher frame rates. Like, I'm gonna just say it right now, but if the visuals that we saw in the reveal trailer are representative of the visuals in the actual game, then there is a very good chance that the consoles are only gonna be running this game at 30 FPS. I'm just saying that right now. And while 30 FPS is certainly playable, it also kinda sucks. But on PC, that's not really a problem, provided your rig is powerful enough. And then on top of that, you'll have things like mod support, which is actually pretty big with GTA 5 in particular. So given all those reasons, it makes perfect sense why some people would wait to buy GTA 6 until the PC version launched.
For me, someone who's like not going to buy Grand Theft Auto 6 on day one anyway, or maybe ever, right? Someone like me is like sitting here thinking that like, well, I can wait, I don't need the game, I'm never buying a PlayStation or an Xbox. Like, it's not a big deal for me at all.
And it's also not a big deal for the millions of people on PC who are willing to wait for the PC version. Now granted, there probably will be some people who buy the game on console when it first comes out, and then when it comes to PC, they'll buy it again there. Which is, you know, the whole reason that Rockstar is even going with this strategy to begin with, instead of just doing a day-and-date PC release. But the mentality of a lot of PC players out there is that, you know, if Rockstar doesn't want me to hand over my hard-earned cash for their game, then I'm just not going to give it to them. And then they'll just go play something else because, you know, GTA 6 is probably not going to be the only game releasing that year.
Right. But when you look at, like, the vast majority of people who buy gaming PCs explicitly for these major AAA releases, like, the fact that, like, this game is not coming out on PC day one for this major AAA release is a big deal.
Nah, it really isn't, because most PC gamers are just gonna wait until the game does come to PC before they buy it.
Right. This is gonna drive console sales. This is going to get console players to make fun of PC. This is going to lead to, PlayStation and Xboxes getting in more homes. It is going to lead to, it is going to be this thing that kind of drives people away from PC.
Seeing as Rockstar basically does this with all their games, and yet despite that, the PC platform is still the most successful in the entire gaming industry with the exception of mobile phones, I'm gonna press a huge X to doubt that this is gonna drive people away from PC gaming.
This goes against the narrative, the very carefully constructed narrative that all of the biggest games come out on PC, right? In a playable state like day one, right? Like this, in and of itself, contradicts the very notion.
Not really, because 99.99% of third-party games do come to the PC day and date. Of course, there are always going to be exceptions, which is exactly what GTA 6 is, but one game from one company does not prove that statement completely invalid.
And not only that, I'm seeing Rockstar releasing statements how they don't want to release the game on Steam and how they want their own launcher and how they want to do this, and this.
And if Rockstar does decide to go the route of releasing the game on PC but not on Steam, then they'd just be shooting themselves in the foot there. Since PC games that don't release on Steam usually don't sell particularly well. I mean, look what happened with the fucking Epic Games Store and every game that they made exclusive to that launcher. You know, shit like Metro Exodus or Borderlands 3. They didn't really sell well on PC until they came to Steam.
And it's possible that in the future that Grand Theft Auto might become a major driving force for getting PC gamers away from Steam, which in and of itself might lead into this disaster scenario where you have to have a bunch of different launchers for a bunch of different games. That's already kind of happening with the Epic Games Store.
Yeah, and look how well that turned out. I mean, I guarantee the overwhelming majority of PC gamers only use the Epic Games Store for Fortnite, the free games that they give away, and for games that are not available on Steam but are only available on Epic. But in any case where a game is available on Steam and on another store such as Epic, the Steam version will outsell all the other launchers, and it's not even fucking close. I mean, hell, why do you think that even 5 years after it fucking launched that it's still not profitable? I'll give you a hint, it's because PC gamers don't want to fucking use it because it's an absolute joke of a launcher.
Right, but with Grand Theft Auto doing it, it's gonna get worse. The Steam monopoly is not going to last forever, right? And I think there are a bunch of players in the PC gaming sphere who are trying to do it. And I think if Steam didn't have such blind loyal fanboys, it would never have been treated like this monolith that it is, even though even now it's not really a monopoly.
Yeah, and you want to know why Steam has so many fans? It's because, by far, it is easily the best launcher for games on PC besides maybe GOG. But no other launchers on PC come close to the amount of features it provides, nor are they as consumer-friendly. And that's why I don't buy PC games on any platform other than Steam or GOG. I don't buy games on Battle.net, I don't buy games on Origin, I don't buy games on Uplay, I don't buy games on the fucking Discord store.
It's gonna be interesting seeing Grand Theft Auto 6 come out and seeing just PC gamers.
Okay, dude, question. What the hell is with these long-ass pauses? Just edit that shit out. There's tons of free software out there that will let you do it, and it takes, 10, 15 minutes tops?
Fail to, really leave a dent in this game's success. Because, even now, that, not releasing on PC is not going to affect Rockstar's bottom line at all.
No, that is a complete lie, and my evidence of this is simple basic math. If a game releases on less platforms, that means less people are going to be able to buy it, and therefore the game will make less money. Now you could say, but Thunder, they're just getting the PC gamers to double dip. They'll release it on console, they'll buy it there, and then when it comes to PC, they'll buy it again there. And again, I'm sure that some PC gamers will do this, even if it's not the majority. And yes, this may end up making more money for Rockstar overall, emphasis on may, but that only works because they do release it on PC eventually, even if it isn't immediately.
Right, this is a major blow against PC gaming. This is an example of just how small and irrelevant the PC gaming platform actually is, right? This is an example of why PC gaming is never, ever gonna be competitively viable against like real consoles, right?
You know, Harman, I could apply this exact same logic to your precious Nintendo Switch, because there is not a snowball's chance in hell that GTA 6 is going to be running on the Switch unless they do like a cloud release, sort of how they did with Dying Light 2. But regardless of that, PC is by far the most popular gaming platform on the planet besides possibly mobile phones. There's about 120 million monthly active Steam users, as well as over 1 billion registered Steam accounts. So don't you worry, Harman Smith, I'm sure the PC platform will be just fine.
Like, that is the real problem we're seeing here now. It's crazy, and I'm sure PC gamers are gonna do the same thing they did with Grand Theft Auto 5, and I believe with 4, and maybe even San Andreas, where like they'll try to convince you that like, oh, if we wait a while, we'll get the definitive version of the game, but people are already playing the game.
While it is true that PC gamers did have to wait for those games, it is also true that PC gamers did get the definitive versions of those games. The best place to play GTA 5 is on PC. The best place to play GTA 4 is on PC. The best place to play San Andreas is, you guessed it, the fucking PC. I mean, hell, console players didn't even have the ability to play GTA 5 at a frame rate higher than 30 FPS until last year. Meanwhile, PC gamers have been enjoying higher frame rates in that game ever since 2015.
Right? People are playing the brand new game before you are. This idea that like, oh, I'll have the better version when it comes out, it's like cuck logic, right? Like, it's the video game equivalent of like saying that like, oh, but my wife comes home to me. Like, it's the same exact concept, right? You are a cuckold, right?
Holy shit, this comparison is fucking stupid. On one hand, you have a fucking form of degeneracy that is one of the most flimsy foundations for a relationship one could have. And then on the other side, you have a company choosing not to sell an entertainment product to a certain platform until a later date. My guy, in the case of GTA 6 not coming to PC until a later date, I could just choose to play a different fucking game until then. It's really not that serious.
You love being screwed over by these companies. You think about it constantly. You obsess over it. You do live streams talking about how Skullgirls is censored or whatever. Like, that's the PC gaming audience.
Says the motherfucker who constantly obsesses over Nintendo.
Right? Like, that's all they care about. That's all they talk about. That's all they discuss. Like, that is the reality of their situation, is that they talk about games less than they do talking about like degenerate stuff and just like nonsense that like nobody really cares about, right?
Projection detected, opinion rejected.
You just know that they're gonna try to pass this off as like not a big deal or not all that important. Meanwhile, they're going to be like hyping up Baldur's Gate 3 as the biggest release of the year, even though it's trailing well behind Starfield, Hogwarts Legacy, The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Like, there are plenty of games that came out this year that are like obviously bigger and better than Baldur's Gate 3, but you won't see PC gamers acknowledge it.
My guy, you do realize that literally all those games are available on the PC, right? Well, except for Tears of the Kingdom, unless you want to bring up emulation. Also, Baldur's Gate 3 might not be the biggest release of the year, but it was still a really big release. It had a lot of impact. Not to mention, a whole lot of people list it as their favorite game this year due to its high quality.
And when GTA 6 doesn't come out on PC, like, these guys gonna say the game is trash until it comes out on their preferred platform.
I mean, I don't really see that happen often with the PC crowd. If anything, they'll ask for the game to be brought to the PC so that they can play it. But if there's anyone out there trying to say that the game is bad solely for the fact that it isn't available on PC, then please point them out to me, because I'd love to make fun of them.
Right. It is a complete joke, okay? It is ridiculous. It is absurd. I think more people really need to call this out for what it is. Like, I do think that, like, the image that the PC Master Race have put forward of like being the platform for like the hardcore gamer, right? The platform for someone who wants to play all of the games, right? The definitive version of all the games, right? Like that illusion, it doesn't mesh up with reality. And I've been talking about this a lot, but the thing I've noticed is that I have no real desire to keep talking about this endlessly.
My guy, after taking one look at your channel, I'm gonna press the biggest X to doubt on that shit. You are gonna keep grifting these topics until the end of time.
Because, like, there just aren't a lot of examples of relevant games that are coming out. So not only is, like, PC gaming not getting the biggest release of like the next couple of years, right? So not only is that happening, like they're also not getting good games in general.
Oh yeah, totally, dude. The PC platform is definitely not getting any good games lately. You totally didn't get games like Trepang 2, Everspace 2, RE4 Remake, Dead Space Remake, Baldur's Gate 3, Counter-Strike 2, Hi-Fi Rush, Armored Core 6, BattleBit Remastered, System Shock Remake, Hogwarts Legacy. I guess none of those games exist anymore because, the PC just doesn't get any good games.
Like, I can tell you that I looked through the Steam sale and I bought everything I was interested in. Like, I bought Grand Theft Auto 5, I bought, like, Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal, I bought, like, a bunch of Ys games, I bought, like, Tales of Arise, right? Like, I bought a lot of stuff, but, like, a lot of the stuff I bought wasn't that good, right?
Let me guess, it's because it's not on your precious Nintendo Switch.
A lot of the stuff I bought wasn't, like, fantastic. Like, Tales of Arise, I think, is the only game I really, really am crazy about. Oh, and Doom 2016. Well, dude, Doom 2016 is deeply flawed, as much as I enjoy it. But, like, Tales of Arise is great. So, like, what games would I be looking forward to play on Steam, right? There's nothing there. Nothing that I haven't played on other platforms anyway. Like, I played Doom 2016 on the Switch.
Bruh, I feel sorry for you if you played Doom 2016 on the Switch. That shit runs like ass.
Right? So, why exactly is Steam, like, the definitive gaming platform? Like, why exactly is it, like, better than the other competitors? Because it doesn't have the Nintendo games.
No, but, that's why we have emulation.
It doesn't have the Rockstar games. It doesn't have, like, a bunch of things. The things it does get, like Baldur's Gate 3, are overhyped, right? Games like Elden Ring just aren't as good as they're cracked up to be. Like, what exactly makes PC gaming so spectacular? And not a single person has been able to explain why not having GTA 6 is an exciting thing for PC gaming.
It's not that not having GTA 6 is an exciting thing for PC gaming, it's just, it's really not that big of a deal because, again, there are a bunch of games to be played. If you have to wait, like, an additional year and a half for this one specific game, is it really that big of a deal? And the answer is no, it's not. But with that, we have reached the end of his video, so I guess the key takeaway here is that just because one game misses out on the PC platform doesn't mean that PC gaming is completely fucking irrelevant. But anyways, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe for more, and tell me what you think about Harman Smith making an absolute fool out of himself yet again. Anyways, that's it. Peace!